We shall be talking about financial and non-financial incentives today. To begin with, what is an incentive? Incentive is a special reward for the employee or your worker above your normal salary. This is the reward to employee to encourage him, to motivate him to work more efficiently, honestly, and in much better way. This incentive which you will provide to the employee, it will motivate and stimulate the worker. This reward will encourage him to improve the efficiency and reach the target. Now, basic salary and wages are being provided to every employee, be it a low grade employee or a top level employee. Whatever the organization pays above that basic salary is called incentive, which is given in the form of a reward. These incentives, they can be monetary incentives which can be measured in terms of money, and they can be also non-monetary, which are called non-financial incentives. These rewards are extra than your regular wage and regular salary which is being provided to the employees. So the motto is that do good work, take incentive. If you do a better work, you will get incentive, you will get reward. Do more good work, you will take more incentives. So this is an encouragement for the normal employees to work more hard. We begin with monetary incentives, also called financial incentives. Such incentives, which can be measured in terms of money, are called monetary incentives. These incentives are more significant and more powerful for the lower level employees because the people who are in the high salary slab, they don't need much money, they have money, enough money for them. The lower level employees, they have to meet their basic needs, they want more and more money to fulfill the basic need of food, shelter and clothing. So they need money for their these three basic needs. That's why monetary incentives are more important and significant for this slab. They have more physiological, social and security needs which are still unfulfilled. They cannot fulfill these basic needs with their basic salary. So if you provide the monetary incentives, it will be a push to them to work even hard. First comes the pay and the allowances. Because every time there is rising inflation, the salary is falling short for the people. The normal wages always fall short. So this increment in the salary which we promise to give them every year, the increment is very important for them, and the grants of allowances is also very good motivator for these employees. What type of allowances are provided by the employer? Mobile allowance, they are being given free mobiles. Medical allowances is given to them for themselves and their family. Now to get these allowances and salary increment, the worker will try to work to the best of his ability so that he falls in that bracket in which he will be eligible for these incentives. These allowances are directly proportional to the performance. For example, if you attain a certain number of sales, certain quantity of sales, you will be given this particular allowance. So this pay and allowances is the first step, first point in the monetary and financial incentives. Second comes the profit sharing. So what is done in this, that the organization will keep basic profit for itself. The basic 1 crore profit the organization, say when we'll make 1 crore profit, it will go to the organization. Profit over and above 1 crore, that difference will be shared among the employer and the employee. So if the profit comes out to be 3 crores, 1 crore will be kept by the organization and the rest 2 crore profit, it will be distributed amongst the employer and the employee. So this is how the organization is giving a share in the profits to the employees. The worker is offered share in the profit so that the worker gets encouraged to work more. The surplus profit is distributed among the staff. It is made very clear that higher the profit, higher the share of the workers. So all the workers collectively, they will work hard so that the profit goes up because they are going to get a major chunk of that profit. But in this case of profit sharing, the worker is not made the owner. The worker remains the owner. But the share of the profit is given to the worker in profit sharing scenario. Next comes the bonus. Bonus, everybody knows, everybody gets Diwali bonus. This is a one-time extra reward, one-time extra payment or extra salary. Say 13 months salary is given for the work done for 12 months. This is offered to the employees for higher performance. It can be given on any occasion like Eid, Diwali or whatever, or any other festive time, so the organization feels. This extra amount which is paid by the organization will be called bonus. It can also include a free trip abroad for the employee and its family, or paid holidays, or even gold guineas or gold ornaments can be distributed as a part of bonus. All this will encourage the employee to perform better, which will be in the overall benefit of the employee as well as the organization. Next point is the co-partnership or the stock option. Now in this case, the worker is given the feel of ownership. This is the best financial incentive in which the worker is given the co-partnership. Sharing of profit, when we were discussing in the previous slide, sharing of profit makes the worker a worker only. It doesn't give the ownership feel to the worker. But co-partnership or stock option, what is done is, these shares they are offered to the worker if the worker exceeds the fixed particular target. The company shares will be offered to the employees at a much lesser rate which is prevailing in the market. The shares are issued to the worker. He gets the ownership rights in that company because the shareholder is a owner. He is a member. So the worker will become the owner of the company. It helps to get efficient working from the employees, because if the employees get lured away by the fact that they will be offered shares, they will work better. The workers, they are offered shares at a price which is much lower than the price which is prevailing in the market. This method is also called ESOP. The workers, they work hard, they earn profit. Now the value of company's share will go up, right? So they will have dual benefits. A benefit they have already got when the shares are offered to them, and they will earn money on that. And now in future, when the employees will work hard, the organization has the profit, then definitely the value of company's share will go up. Now the benefits the worker as well as, now because the company's share, the benefits the worker as well, because they already have the shares, they already pre-own the shares. Now the market value of those shares has gone up. So who is going to benefit out of it? The workers are also going to benefit out of it. First of all, they benefited because they got the shares at a lesser rate. A benefit. B benefit, when they will work hard and in future when the prices of the share will go up, their own shares also they will get the benefit of this risen value also. So the co-partnership or stock option is a very important financial incentive. It is given to the workers because the workers are made the owners. They are issued shares at a discounted rate, and in future also when the price of the share will rise, they will again benefit from that risen prices. Next is the commission. It's a very common financial incentive which is given to the workers. Generally, the sales department people, they work on commission. If your sales increase, your commission increases. They will get the basic salary of course, and commission on every order they get. More orders means more commission, means more benefit to the worker. More efforts, more orders, more commission. So goes. For example, if you show a sale of 10 lakh, you will get 10% commission. 20 lakhs, 20%, 30 lakh, 30%, and so on. So as and when the order increases, your commission also increases, and this is a very important incentive which is given to the salesman. Next is productivity linked wage incentive. In the previous slide, we were talking about the sales. Higher the sales, higher the commission, and here higher wages, because if you produce more, supposedly you are working in a tire factory and you are given the target. If you are given 100 units to produce, you will get rupees 3 per unit as your incentive. If you produce 200 pieces, you will be given 4 rupees per unit. Similarly, 300 units per, you will get 6 rupees per unit. So efficient worker is paid higher wages. If you want more money, you want more incentive, you have to work efficiently in a well mannered and more honestly and dedicatedly. So the thing is that higher wages, more productivity, higher wages. Okay. Next point is the retirement benefits. Several retirement benefits are also befitted on the workers, so they can have their future financial security and they have a happy and blissful life post retirement. So pension, gratuity, provident fund are few examples. If the worker is feel free for the future, that in future retirement ke baad he will get sufficient of money to live his life, so he will be working in a more healthy way, he will be working more dedicatedly. So this incentive is given, that is why it is given to the workers, so that they can put in their best of the efforts without thinking much about their future. Next are several perks, fringe benefits and the perquisites which are given to the workers. Special benefits are given to them, for example, car allowance, leave allowance is given, traveling allowance, medical facility for the worker and the family, and then there are free education for the kids, housing facility is given free of cost for the workers. Many places there are small creches which are made for the toddlers or infants of the family of the workers, so they can leave their children there. So these little benefits are conferred upon them so that they can work without worrying about their family and they work more efficiently. All these are over and above the salary. They are related to the performance of the employees. So if you give a very good performance, you achieve the target, so then you will get all these benefits and incentives. The worker also feels that if the company is looking after them so well, so they also need to work with full motivation and dedication. Now comes the non-monetary incentives and non-financial incentives. They are usually not measured in terms of money. As I told you earlier that these non-monetary incentives work very good for the higher managerial positions. For the lower wage slab, labor and the employee slab, there the financial incentives work because they are more in need of money. But the higher managerial staff, they have enough money, their salary is well enough for them to feed upon, and now what they need is they need non-monetary incentives. Money is a very big incentive, but for upper level employees this non-monetary incentives are more powerful. These people, they have more of self-esteem and self-actualization, they need active in them. People working at high job position get satisfied by these non-financial incentives, which include a clap in front of the whole organization, a huge shout out, a reward, recognition. There could be a medal giving ceremony also. Then the tag of the employee of the month can be conferred upon the most dedicated employee. There could be a photo on the display board. There could be an orange cap. Whatever gives you a superior feel, it enlightens your dignity and respect. All these come under the non-financial incentives, which is very important. The first being the status. What you are going to give to this managerial personnel is the authority, rank, responsibility, recognition, prestige, self-esteem, dignity. These are all boosters to the self-esteem. Workers on being given these status, they even work more hard. They bring out the best in themselves, and this acts as an ignition for them to give in their best to the organization. Next is a climate in the organization. This means that what is the atmosphere which you are providing in the organization. If the management provides a very clean and healthy atmosphere, it works for the benefit of the workers' capability and it works for the betterment of the organization. If there is healthy climate in the organization, there is a very positive and healthy relation between the superior and the subordinates. It has a direct direct impact on the work done by the employee. You should welcome everybody's approach. If there is a little politics going on between one department and the other department in which they play a blame game for anything if it goes wrong, that is very detrimental for the organization. So you have to have a very healthy, positive approach, positive atmosphere in the organization. There should be the atmosphere that do not let anybody down. You have to respect others' morale. So all these things, these non-financial incentives, which particularly this climate in the organization, it cannot be measured in any unit, but if it is given to the workers, it acts as a booster for them to work hard and bring in their best ability. Next is the job enrichment. What happens is if the worker is performing the same job over and over again, the workers, they get bored and monotonous and tired of doing the same thing. The worker will enjoy the job which provides it a challenge. A little kick is provided to them, variety, then they have a chance to show their skill. Supposedly the worker has something to show, but he is not given an opportunity to prove himself. So that makes him a little monotonous, right? So you should enrich the job. You should have the autonomy to perform the job, and there should be some interesting jobs also. If the worker feels that he is skilled in the other department, he should have that authority to move or let him move in the other department and show himself. If he is proving himself right and he is able to give his best in that particular department, so it should be open that you can switch. Okay, you should not like the same repeated job should not be conferred upon the workers, in which they generally get bored and they are not able to give their best. This keeps the worker motivated and satisfied if we give him the power to shift his job within the same organization. Next is employee empowerment. This means you have to give freedom to the worker. You have to provide him confidence. You don't have to let him down. This is in a way related to the previous slide itself, but you empower the employee to take the decisions, come forward, put in your best, do your best ability, show it to the organization, and that helps a very big booster morale for the employee. Next is the employee participation. This involves the worker in decision making process. If they are consulted, they work more sincerely. If you pick up the workers from the grassroots production level and call them to the meeting room and discuss with them, before taking any decisions, it will give a very big morale. It will boost the ignition of the worker to give his capability to the best of his ability, because he feels that he is so important that the senior management is even consulting him to take a decision. It gives a very good positive image. Consult the worker while fixing the target of production units for this semester or for this quarter. It gives a real boon for the organization. So the incentive here says that let the employees participate in the decision making process. Then there should be the job security. This is the confirmation to the employee that he will not be chucked out of his job. Sometimes the worker is working for you, but he is in a very big state of tension. What if he is terminated? What if the layoff happens and he is chucked out of his job, which is a very big question mark on his future. So if there is job security, if there is a lifetime bond between the employer and the employee, and there is a positive healthy relationship, so the workers feel that the job is secured, nobody is going to chuck them out of the job. This is very good safety and security for the workers, and that is why they give in their best for the organization. Next is the employee recognition. The special regard should be given to the employees to satisfy their ego. There should be a positive attitude between the subordinates and the seniors, and this particular wellness, it should be appreciated in the presence of other staff. The positive things should be discussed and they should be enlightened and they should be awarded, but the negatives or the mistakes, they should be discussed only in private. No need to highlight them in front of everybody, because that will be detrimental for the worker as well as for the organization. So you have to recognize the employee as a very important worker, embarking on the journey of positives being told to everybody and the negatives to be discussed in the room, and trying them to cut down on their mistakes. So here we come to the end of the article. I hope I have made the things very clear to you. If you have any doubts, please ask me in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay blessed, but please like, subscribe and share my channel. Thank you.